Done. The philosophies of Harrow's really starts to break down. Glory lets out a startled cry, cutting your sentence short. Out of the corner of your eye, you see her wheel to face something behind you. All at once, the room fills with a slaughterhouse smell. A smell like blood and bile and feces. The stench of an abattoir. Oh god. As you turn, you catch sight of something sliding into the world. It looks like a charred man, with a pair of tortured faces where its shoulders should be. The thing burns like a Roman candle, spitting white hot sparks in a fiery plume. An oily substance runs down between its dangling legs and splatters onto the floor. And where those drips land, they burn. Nephrite, look out! Thank God that missed. That looked scary as hell. Alright, Glory, do your thing. Let's juice up and get to slashing. Oh, that did a lot of damage. Let's shoot this thing with my gun. Pew! Oh, well that was really easy. Good crit! Hey gamers! You literally just stopped playing this game. I know, I saw you were playing it. How are you doing, Nora? Did you do some fun things in Dragonfall? Or is it things that you can't tell me about? You can see my stats. I need more gun. Or I'm gonna try and get more gun soon so I can get a better gun. Interesting? Yeah. Wow, Vi's Shadowrun looks cool. Oh my god, I can't believe... I guess she looks like Vi. I made her hair blue, though. I have shitty looking glasses on. Hi, Jess. How are you doing? Oh, you just did the cyber zombie run? Yeah, it's the red. I made her hair blue, though. It doesn't dye it in the... Ugh. I like the cyber zombie mission. That was fun. I'm glad you don't feel like an undead gremlin. That's technically what gremlins are in this game. I think they're vampire dwarves. Or, well, no, that's goblins, but... Do I want to start with Glory's loyalty mission? Or do I want to do something first? Oh, I should... Oh, that's funny, Nora. I want to get a new gun soon. But that's funny that you haven't put enough into decking. Play track 1. Did I look at this? The DVD player ramps up to speed, filling the air with a shrill whining sound. Green Winter's face appears on the screen. The timestamp on the video reads 2050, April 28th. This is it. My interview. Took some digging to find it, but here he is. My big brother back in his prime. The note disappears, and for a moment the screen goes blank. Suddenly, an image of a news correspondent flashes onto the screen, accompanied by a brief orchestral flourish. A timestamp in the upper right corner of the screen reveals the date. August 22nd, 2012. Wow, that's a date that actually happened. Thank you for joining us. We're coming to you live from the ruins of Songerhausen, the 5th Hearts mountain town to be sacked by the Dragonfall. Standing by my side is the head of Deal Defense, Dr. Adrian Valclair. Dr. Valclair has been hailed as a leader in the effort to bring down the Firewing and end her reign of terror. Oh, so Jess, in case you've missed everything, which I believe you have, I'm part of a group of cyber criminals who tried to steal something from this random manor in the middle of Germany, and accidentally got uncovered a years-long conspiracy about a dragon who is supposed to be dead but isn't, and now she's trying to kill us. So that's fun. Also, I have to feed 50,000 yen into an arcade machine because the Shadow Broker lives inside the arcade machine. Dr. Valclair, tell us about your efforts to bring down the dragon. Killing the monster has proven difficult, to say the least. Her speed and maneuverability in the air are extraordinary. Her scales repel small arms fire, and her breath can melt steel. Our R&D teams have been working around the clock to devise a weapon capable of drowning the beast. Why'd I say drowning? Downing. In the interim, we're providing material support for the Luftwaffe's attempt to shoot her down via conventional means. Mr. Valclair, why are you directing Deal Defense's energies to the killing of Firewing? Are there corporate interests at play in this? It's the digitized consciousness of a dead Shadow Broker. God, Lily, it's like you don't care about lore. I didn't know she was dead. I haven't even, I didn't know she was dead, actually. Fine, it's Matrix. I have to give Matrix $50,000 for her to help me. That's pretty in character for her, actually. And Matrix would live inside an arcade machine. Huh. Corporate interests? No, this is a matter of human interest. Innocent lives are being extinguished at an appalling rate. I'm in a position to help put an end to the slaughter, and so I must. It's really that simple. Dr. Valclair, you must understand my skepticism. Our viewers aren't looking for a PR statement. They come to us for the truth. I'm afraid I don't have time to go back and forth on this. Your viewers can think whatever they wish. My concern is in helping the people affected by this tragedy. In that case, Dr. Valclair, I thank you for sharing your valuable time with us. You're very welcome. To the viewers at home, stay safe and watch the skies. Salvation is coming, I promise. Again, that was Dr. Adrian Valclair, CEO of Deal Defense. Dr. Valclair is the chief architect in the military's current plan to bring down the Dragon Firewing. Stay tuned for more late-breaking news on the battle for the Harz Mountains. We'll be right back. You find yourself dumped back to the menu screen, and I think everything else is broken? The display goes blank for a moment, then the face of Green Winters winks onto the screen. There's a look of astonishment on his face. The timestamp on the video reads 2054, November 17th. Holy shit, I just stumbled onto some of Adrian's old lab notes. I'm not gonna say how I came across these. Someone might get hurt if the wrong people watch this. But I've checked them against some of Adrian's old handwriting samples, and they're legitimate. Holy shit, this is big. Alright, okay, back up, slow down. Breathe. He takes a moment to calm himself. Okay, so these notes, they pretty much confirm something that I'd always suspected. The Luftwaffe didn't shoot down Firewing. I mean, they tried. They pumped thousands of rounds into the air around her, and they lobbed rockets at her for months. Lost a lot of attack helicopters and fighter craft in the process. But none of those things were responsible for taking her down. The Dragonfall was caused by an experimental warhead, one that Adrian and his Deal Defense think tank designed. I don't understand the science of it, not even a little bit, but from what I can piece together, it looks like they designed some sort of chemical or radiological agent that acts on the metagene. I don't think that they fully understood what they were doing. It was 2012 after all. I mean, the process worked, but I don't know if they understood why it worked. Anyway, when a warhead full of this stuff comes into contact with a dual-natured creature, like a dragon, say, it drives a wedge between that creature's physical and astral forms. The body gets put in a sort of hibernation state, and the spirit is forced out. It also looks like this process can maintain that state of separation indefinitely, and that's a pretty horrifying thought. A discorporated body's supposed to die in a few hours. I've heard horror stories about ghost-walking mages getting trapped in astral space, unable to rejoin with their meat. I heard they went crazy from the pain. If what I'm reading is accurate, it's entirely possible that Firewing has been trapped outside her body for over 40 years. Winters pushes his chair back and slaps the table in front of him. This is why Adrian was always so cagey about the subject of Firewing after the Dragonfall. He knew for a fact she was alive, even if only technically. Her body crashed down in the SOX, sure, but she wasn't dead. Oh, this is why everyone was talking about a ghost dragon. The government wouldn't let Adrian tell the public about any of this, of course. It didn't interfere with the lie that they were feeding us. The Firewing was dead and everyone was safe, and that people should stop hiding in their basements and get back to work again. Boy, that sounds familiar, doesn't it? But privately, he always said she was still out there, somewhere deep in the SOX. I'd always thought that he was paranoid, but I was wrong. He knew. So, what does all of this mean? Now do you see why I was screaming when you pulled the shit in Thirsty Sword Lesbian? Wait, what shit? Is this about Matrix or like the Bowser thing? Is this the Bowser thing? I remember, that was like half a year ago. Oh, the dragon. Oh, fuck! The dragon! Oh. Yeah. That the Mega Porkman. Oh my fucking god. No, I had no idea. I didn't know. I didn't know. I was just doing like the Sonic the Hedgehog thing that they were turning it into a robot. Ah. My mind has unlocked. So, what does it all mean? Oh, I took off my glasses. I can't read anything anymore. I had to clean them. Ugh. It means the stories I got from that ghost rat suddenly sound a lot more plausible. It means that the Firewing is definitely alive, and that Adrian's disappearance is unquestionably tied to her survival. It also means that Germany is in deep shit, because if Firewing is still alive, it's only a matter of time before she rears her ugly head again. Okay. Okay, Nora, have fun, have a good night. Okay, that's enough for one night. I'm gonna go get drunk. The screen abruptly goes black as the video cuts off. A few moments later, you find yourself returned to the menu screen, and then everything else should be broken, right? Oh? The DVD player ramps up to speed, filling the air with a shrill whining sound. Green Winter's face appears on the screen. He looks younger than you've ever seen him, but from the way he's carrying himself, he's clearly drunk. The timestamp on the video reads 2033, May 15th. Look, Adrian, I understand you. Lord knows I do, but you've got to drop this dragon fixation. People are starting to talk. There's a camera cut, and you find yourself looking at a young, handsome Dr. Adrian Valclair. He wears a slight smile on his face. Oh, they're talking, are they? What a terrible shame. Damn it, Adrian, this is serious. You're a public figure. You could lose everything if you don't keep these ridiculous fairy tales to yourself. Hermie, my theories are not, as you call them, fairy tales. Dragons are public finger. Listen. I read faster than I talk. Brain weird. Mouth slow. Public finger. That's a good name, public finger. Dragons are real. I saved Germany from one. Have you forgotten? You did it? You did it? What did you do? You beat Twitter! Holy shit! I can't believe it. But how did you beat Twitter? Now oh, wait, you got the video to post? Hell yeah! Take that, video compression. Oh, it's TikTok! Oh, that's so smart. No, of course not. Everyone knows you killed the Firewing. There it is. There it is. Stopped. Not killed. Fine, stopped. Whatever. Winter swipes a bottle off the table in front of him, drains it, and drops it to the floor. Call it whatever you want, but Adrian, you're the only one who's still obsessed with the damn things. There aren't that many of them, and they're not taking over the world. 20 years later, the dragons have taken over every fucking mega corporation on the planet. Valclair's voice is quiet, soft. Such is the cry of the cancer patient, unaware of what's killing him. I'm fine, not to worry. I'll smoke another cigarette. What's the harm? He doesn't see what's happening, but he winds up dead all the same. Winter snorts. Now you're just being a maudlin. Look, Adrian... Valclair shakes his head. His smile has disappeared. You mark my words, Hermie. Within 5 years, corporations, even countries, will fall to these creatures. And the worst part is, nobody will care. Oh, people will tut-tut about it. There may be a protest or two, but nobody will actually do anything to stop them. The immortal, all-powerful, utterly pitiless reptiles will seize more and more of our power, wealth, and territory, and we, foolish, short-sighted mortals, will never get it back. Green Winters chuckles uncomfortably, raises his hands in the air in a supplicating gesture. Come now, Adrian. Valclair talks over his brother's interruption. We could solve the problem, of course, but we as a species are unwilling to invest our energy into problems that aren't staring us right in the face. As it was with climate change, so it is with dragons. I've accepted that, but you can't ask me to stop caring about it. Winters shakes his head. You're hopeless, Adrian. Fine, by all means keep to caring. Just keep your conspiracy theories to yourself. I'm telling you this for your own sake. Valclair sighs. He looks incredibly tired. Yes, Hermie, you're right. Of course. I mustn't jeopardize my credibility with the masses. Winter's expression turns serious. His voice lowers. It's not just your credibility I'm worried about. Talk is talk, but sometimes... He pauses, shakes his head. Sometimes I worry that you're really gonna go back to the SOX. Valclair's tone softens again. Hermie, Winters cuts his brother off. A new intensity burns in his voice. Please bring Big Brother. Just drop all of this. Stop hunting the Firewing and start living your life again. If you won't do it for yourself, then for Christ's sakes, do it for me. Valclair nods, then looks away from the screen. Alright, Hermie. I'll try. The image cuts to static and you find yourself back at the menu screen. A rattling sound fills the air as the disc grinds in his tray. A few seconds later, the screen fills with text. User, Jolly Green Winters. Meet and mate singles dating profile. Hell yeah. User, hashtag Jolly Green Winters with a Z. Last active, January 15th, 2054. Sex, male, metatype, human, ethnicity, Caucasian, body type, muscular, age 50, looking for women, human, elf, dwarf, athletic, 25 to 30. I'm a fun-loving guy who's also a great listener. I love hiking, clubbing, and all kinds of pets. I'm looking for a cute, funny, adventurous girl who's down to party. I don't respond to profiles without pics. No orcs, no trolls. Sorry, ladies. Man, can't believe this guy. Okay. Who is this itself? He's the guy who sent us on the job to go steal something from the Dragon's Manor, and also got my ex-girlfriend killed. So we found him, and he was also dead. And now we have a dragon after us. And he left a bunch of DVDs that are very old tech by this point. And we had to restore them and find a DVD player. Anyway, I'm gonna go kill Satan. With Glory. So Glory got sucked into a cult when she was a child because her father beat her nearly to death when he found out that she had magic. So she joined this cult, and the leader was also a mage but got all his power from the literal devil, and then so did she, until she realized that she accidentally killed her mother instead of her father, and then realized that she was doing the worst shit, ran the fuck away to where we are now, and got as much of her body replaced with metal as possible, so she couldn't hear the devil anymore. And now we're going to get revenge. The drive from the Cruise Bazaar to Schonbuck Forest was a long one. For over 6 hours, you and Glory rode in relative silence, with only the sounds of the road for company. Now you find yourself crouching in the woods, watching, waiting. Off in the distance, the rustic exterior of Forestell looks conspicuously warm. Curiously warm and inviting, but you know what's waiting inside. The anticipation churns at your guts like a living thing. Eventually, a van pulls out of the compound's driveway and rolls out along a service road before disappearing from view. Glory gives a nod and begins to scramble forward. Harrow has left the building. It's time for you to make your way inside. I got my guns, I got my armor. I'm probably not going to need to hack anything. I've got my health kits and all of that. Glory has flashbang, that's good, that's useful. A bunch of really good med kits. And her trauma kit. Cool. Could carry a new gun. I mean, sure, I'll give her this. Why not? No reason not to give her another gun. I'm not gonna use Karma, I think. The weathered edifice of Fuerastella looms above you, dark and sinister in the chill night air. Despite the horrifying stories that Glory told you about this place, something about it feels strangely comforting. In the back of your mind, insidious voices whisper that you could stay here forever. Do you feel it? The lure of this place? Glory gestures with a limb of chrome and steel. When I was a kid, when I was whole, the pull was irresistible. Yeah, I feel it, but that doesn't change what we have to do. No, it doesn't. She looks at you and her eyes are dark. When she speaks again, her voice is quiet but steady. You're going to see some terrible things in this place, Nephrite. Fuerastella exists to prey on the young, and we're going to have to come face to face with that. Are you sure you're prepared for this? When you say the young, how young do you mean? I need to know what we're walking into. Teenagers mostly, 16 through 18, though there is the rare exception. That's young enough for me to feel uneasy. She nods. Me too, but we're going to put an end to it one way or another. So I'll ask you again, are you ready for this? I need an honest answer. I'm as ready as I'm going to be. She studies your face for a moment longer, then looks away. Good. You want to compare notes, make sure we're on the same page? She nods. We take Harrow out of commission. You were right when you said that we couldn't afford to let him live. Even if we completely destroyed this place, it'd all be for nothing if he got away. He'd just start another cult somewhere else. Any suggestions how we should approach this? Yeah, we're going to take out the shrine that Harrow uses as a power focus. We can't touch him while that thing is standing, but after we bring it down, he'll be vulnerable. Tell me about the shrine. It's a lump of rock about as tall as I am, inscribed with runes and encrusted with bone. The shrine's power comes from an entity that Harrow bound into the stone, something very old and very dangerous, a toxic spirit. In many ways, it's the heart of this place. We can't touch Harrow while the shrine is intact. If we try, he'll siphon enough power from it to slaughter us where we stand. But if we confront the shrine and kill the spirit, the astral backlash from its death will cripple him. All we'll have to do is finish him off. I want to hash out a few more details before we head inside. That makes sense. If you have any questions, it'd be best if you ask them now. So we make our way to the shrine and then, what, take it out with explosives? Breaking the rock won't work. We'll have to take on the spirit directly, track it to where it lives, and kill it. She pats the satchel that hangs from her shoulder. I brought what we'll need to do that. I can't tell you exactly how this is going to go down, Nephrite. The spirit itself will have a good deal of control over that. But you'd better prepare yourself because I think this is going to be one hell of a fight. Okay, what about the other cultists? We'll save any that we can, but the energy released when the spirit dies will hurt them too. Anyone whose mind it touched will take a hit. Doesn't that mean the backlash will hit us too? You've only just arrived. The spirit hasn't had a chance to worm its way into your aura yet. You might black out for a minute or two, but otherwise you should be fine. As for me, well, like I said, this place can't touch me anymore. Sounds like this is our best shot then. It is. If the shrine is this important, why didn't you mention it earlier? When I lived here, Harrow barely used the thing. To be honest, I think he was afraid of it. Back before I ran away, Fuera Stella was nothing more than a cult of personality that revolved around Harrow. He didn't need magical help to keep us here. We loved him and we believed in his message. He created the shrine as an insurance policy. And you think something's changed, and he started abusing the shrine's power. She nods. Yes, and I think my escape was the cause of that change. I know Harrow, and when I ran, I bruised his ego. His charisma and charm has failed him, and my disappearance rubbed his nose in that failure. He wouldn't be willing to chance something like that to happening again, not when he had the means to prevent him. So the cultists here, they're like puppets? The shrine controls them? Not exactly. It's more insidious than that. Think of the shrine's influence as a drug. It lowers your inhibitions, makes you compliant. If you were to stay here a couple of days, you'd fall in love with this place and you wouldn't even know why. All of Harrow's bullshit would start to make sense. You'd be happy. In essence, all of the cultists here are addicted to this place. That makes them a threat, yes, but it also makes them victims. Ugh. Cults are bad enough without, like, adding magic brainwashing on top of them. That just sounds miserable. I think I know everything I need to. Let's get moving. She nods and the razors flick out of her fingertips. I'm with you. Let's do it. New objective. Go to the shrine. Alright. Keep Glory safe. Don't fucking worry. She's gonna be keeping me safe, if anything. Oh, what a lovely building you have here. Can I hack this? Got a lot of doors. Oh. That's a big door. The doorway shimmers with a faint red light. As you approach the door, you can feel a squirming sensation in the back of your skull. Your limbs begin to tingle and feel heavy. The closer you get to the doorway, the more of a struggle it is to continue moving forward. It feels as though the strength is being siphoned from your body. Step back. As you step away from the door, the crawling sensation gradually recedes. A moment later, the strength returns to your limbs. Glory stands into the light, frowning. The shrine room is through there, but the barrier wasn't here before. Harrow must have warded the doorway after I ran. How do we get through? The ward is like a lock. There must be a key. Back when I helped Harrow run this place, he and I were the only ones allowed in the shrine room. So we look for whoever has taken my place. That's where the key will be. How do we know who that is? It'll be a girl. Harrow would never take a male as a second. He wouldn't want the competition. And her hair will be fire red. It's sort of an insignia of rank within the cult. A girl with red hair. Got it. Good thing my hair is blue. I would love something to hack into, honestly. Oh, this is a lot of doors. I guess we just pick a door and pray. This one has a bear. Let's try it. Okay. This looks like the big cheese's room. This appears to be a standard terminal. A login prompt glows on the screen. Hack the terminal. It looks as though this terminal is used exclusively for financial transactions. After a bit of digging, you find a list of payoffs to local law enforcement, paid by Harrow, no doubt, to ensure that the police look the other way. Oh ho ho! So he's bribing cops? An ostentatiously large tome sits cradled on this pedestal. The paper is robust and fibrous, and the binding has been expertly stitched. A steel plate running along the book's spine anchors it to the pedestal. Glory stares down at it, frowning. Harrow's manifesto, the handcrafted line of bullshit that he feeds to his initiates. We all ate it up with a smile and came away convinced he was a genius. Ugh. She leaves through the pages with an articulated finger. Looks like he's expanded it over the last few years. It's at least twice as thick as it was when I lived here. Maybe there's something in there we can use? I wouldn't want to hang around long enough to find out. This is Harrow's personal library. He used to experiment in here. There were dangerous things in here, Nephrite. Sick things. I was never allowed in this room without Harrow. Nobody was. He said that it was for our safety, and I think that he was telling the truth. She pauses. I feel uneasy being in here. I don't want to stay any longer than we have to. I've been on edge since we came in. But that doesn't change the fact we should learn what we can. Alright, I'll watch my back, but try to be quick. Leaf through the beginning. You flip through the early pages of the manifesto, find what looks like a good place to jump in, and start to read. When I first set out on the path to free living, I realized that I had to rethink all of my earlier assumptions about life. I'd have to question my own values and beliefs, and I'd need the strength to trust in the answers that came to me. The prospect was daunting, but it was also necessary. The road to true freedom is paved with unanswered questions. Congratulations, or sorry that happened. I'm not reading all of that. This is complete bullshit. After all, you can't learn to be free from a book. The answers won't come from a Bible, an instruction manual, or a code of conduct. If you don't learn that, you'll never break your chains. The path to true freedom is one that each of us must walk on his or her own. You're not saying anything. God damn it. What makes life worth living? And what in life is truly valuable? And what is the dross that can be burned away? I spent weeks dissecting every aspect of my life to find the answers to these questions. Slowly, agonizingly, I pared down the list until only 4 items remained. These 4 items became the cornerstones of my new philosophy and the basis for everything that Fuera Stella stands by. Love. The first cornerstone and the most important. Without love, life is bland and meaningless. Without love, we might as well be machines. Love what you do, love the people around you, but above all, love yourself. Okay, well, Glory is mostly machines and I love her, so fuck you. Self-determination. The second cornerstone. Each of us must be his or her own shepherd. No more gods and no more kings. Your life is your own. Lash out against anyone or anything that tries to treat you like your property. Like a cult leader, perhaps? An assault on your freedom is an assault on your whole being, and it must be met with an equally ferocious response. Charity. The third cornerstone. A miserly life is an empty life. If each of us is his or her own master, then nobody should live as a serf. By helping others along the path to enlightenment, so do we enrich our own lives. Passion. Final cornerstone. Complacency is poison. Be wary of it. Ambition is the key to a fulfilling life. Don't settle for what it is. If you do, you abandon what it could be. You hear a rustling sound behind you. Glory. Turning, you can see a troubled look on her face. That ominous feeling is getting stronger, Nephrite. It feels like we're being watched. Ooh. Ooh. Continue reading. Leafing through the middle of the book, you find a section dedicated to Harrow's rules of living. Be free. Be free in all things, experienced in that freedom with your whole being, body, mind, and spirit. Discard the oppressive traditions of modesty and shame that you've been indoctrinated with since birth. The free thinker has no use for them. Is the modern man not entitled to the sweat off his back? Bro, whatever. This is Andrew Ryan bullshit. Your body is a source of pride, of pleasure, and of succor for yourself and for others. Enjoy it and share that joy freely with those who desire it. Be selfish. Don't enslave yourself to others at the expense of your own happiness. Take what you want and do so unashamedly. Our desires are an important part of what makes us human. Society has trained us to hide that part of ourselves from the world, but the free living person doesn't cower in the shadows. Own your desires and rejoice in them. Selflessness is ultimately dishonest, and dishonesty has no place in a free society. Show reverence. The free living person understands that the only true governance in the world is the law of nature, and in that nature there is a hierarchy. The rabbit doesn't question the wolf. The mouse does not wonder why it must run from the cat. They do it because they must. Their survival depends on it. As it is in nature, so it is at Fuerastella. Know your place in the food chain and understand the mechanisms by which you can better yourself. You leaf forward and find there are at least 20 more pages worth of rules. Each was worded vaguely enough to have multiple interpretations. You hear another rustling sound, Glory moving behind you. She stares down at the rules of living, a look of disgust on her face. Clear, simple rules with a focus on instant gratification. I can see why this would be appealing to a street kid. She nods. That's what Harrow wrote them for. And he mined an entire library's worth of 60s counterculture essays, new age self-help books, and cult manifestos to do it. There isn't a single original idea in this thing. Couldn't have known that. You were a kid. Glory freezes up. Her shoulders hunch, and her eyes narrow. Nephrite, that ominous feeling, it's getting closer. There's something in the room with us, I'm sure of it. We need to get out of here now. You keep an eye out. I have to finish this. There might be something in here that we need. The final pages of the manifesto devolve into semi-cohesive rants about anarchy, social Darwinism, free love, and the Horned God. You've seen this kind of thing before. Harrow's philosophy is collapsing under its own weight. Unfortunately, none of his cultists seem to have caught on to that fact. Done. The philosophies of Harrow's really starts to break down. Glory lets out a startled cry, cutting your sentence short. Out of the corner of your eye, you see her wheel to face something behind you. All at once, the room fills with a slaughterhouse smell. A smell like blood and bile and feces. The stench of an abattoir. Oh god. As you turn, you catch sight of something sliding into the world. It looks like a charred man, with a pair of tortured faces where its shoulders should be. The thing burns like a Roman candle, spitting white hot sparks in a fiery plume. An oily substance runs down between its dangling legs and splatters onto the floor. And where those drips land, they burn. Nephrite, look out! Thank God that missed. That looked scary as hell. Alright, Glory, do your thing. Let's juice up and get to slashing. Oh, that did a lot of damage. Let's shoot this thing with my gun. Pew! Oh, well that was really easy. Good crit! The body of the thing that attacked you begins to dissolve at the moment of death, as you watch its tissues break down into a growing slick of bubbling pitch and rendered fat. What the hell was that? Something from another place. Glory stares at the remains of the creature, now dark stain on the library's floorboards. Like I said outside, the boundaries between the physical world and the astral space are weak here. Things can come through. I believe you. Let's clear out before it happens again. She nods. We need to get moving anyway. Let's go. Well, that wasn't a problem at all. Yay. Refrigerator. As you open the refrigerator door, a whiff of ammonia sticks in your nostrils. Watery light glints off the door's polished interior. The fridge is stacked full of large plastic bins, all tightly sealed and neatly labeled. It's hard to tell through the opaque plastic, but they appear to be full of meat. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. It's human meat, isn't it? You pop off the lid of the container to take a closer look. Oh, it's probably not human meat. It's probably metahuman meat. That's worse. The first thing that hits you is the smell. The meat in here is beyond rancid. White mold frosts the sides of the bin, and it's all you can do to keep from gagging. Ugh, yuck. As you rush to put the lid back on, you recognize a familiar shape in the rotting meat. A mangled human hand. Is that what I think it is? Glory's voice is flat. Ritual supplies. The adversary prefers them aged. Harrow teaches all the initiates how to do it. How to harvest the meat, how to store it, how to label it. Nobody likes doing it at first, but you learn. By the end, it doesn't even bother you anymore. I get the picture. I warned you you'd see things you didn't want to in here. You weren't lying. She turns away from you. Come on, let's keep moving. Okay, what's behind door number 3? It better not be human meat. Oh, advanced medkit, you say? Yeah, that's great. And bathroom. There's a rubber duck in here. They may be horrible flesh sacrificing cultists, but they still appreciate a good rubber duck. Fucking hell. This is the Initiate's dormitory. The new arrivals are brought in here. There's still hope for these kids, Nephrite. Harrow hasn't had a chance to ruin them yet. Good to know. We'll try and get them out of here. Glory raises a hand, suddenly alert. Wait, listen. Movement in the other room. Listen closely. You strain your ears to listen. Soft voices from inside the room come drifting out of a nearby vent. You hear a woman's voice. The sound is crisp and smooth and sweet, and it instantly puts you at ease. Calm down, dear. It's probably nothing. No need to worry yourself. We're so far off the beaten track, we don't get a lot of visitors. Out of the corner of your eye, you can see Glory's back stiffen. She flinches as though she's been stung. Another voice, high-pitched and pleading, an adolescent boy. But what if it is someone? What if the bad people have found us? What if they followed me here and they've come to... The female voice cuts in, soft and comforting. Well then, we'll send them away. You're perfectly safe here. You have to believe that. Don't worry, dear heart. Harrow won't let anyone hurt you. Not here, in this place. Not ever again. You hear another boy's voice. This one is deeper. Are you sure? Are you certain, Marta? Positive. Be calm, all of you. As long as you're here with us, nothing bad will ever happen to you. Is that your Marta, Glory? She gives a curt nod. Not mine, Harrow's. But she's the Marta from my story, yes. What do you want to do? Glory pauses, grits her teeth. Finally, she spits out an answer. If she's still here, she'll be Harrow's #1, my old position. He had his way with all of us, but he was always sweet on Marta. That means she'll have a key to the shrine room. Maybe we can talk to her, convince her to give us the key. Maybe, but not here and not now. Those kids in there, they'd all die for her. They already love her. That's what she does. We can't risk confronting her in that room. If the situation turns ugly, any one of those kids will happily eat a bullet for her, and that's not what I came here to do. No, it isn't, but we came here to kill Harrow, and she's in the way of us doing that. Yeah, she is, but we'll deal with her later, and won't hurt any more kids voluntarily. Marta's voice floats back through the vent. Hush now, boys, and get some rest. You've got a big day tomorrow, the biggest day of your lives. You get to meet Harrow. I promise you, after you speak with him, you'll see the whole world in a different way. A better way. The adolescent voice trembles out a response. All right, Marta, have a good night. A lovely musical laugh pours through the vent. You too, dear. All of you. You hear the distant sound of a door sliding shut. Glory takes a deep breath and releases it. The coast is clear. We can handle the initiates. They're just a bunch of scared kids. Without Marta there trying to egg them on, they won't try anything. No time like the present. Hey, kiddos! The initiate closest to the door whips his head up to look at you. He takes a stutter step backward in alarm, then opens his mouth to cry for help. You don't want to do that. Glory looks deep into the initiate's eyes, transfixing him. We're not here to hurt you. We're friends of Harrow's. Don't bother calling Marta out here. We're just going in there to have a word with her. The initiate eyes you nervously. His gaze flits to Glory, then falls to her cyber limbs. He swallows. Yeah, well, okay. He takes a step back. You do that. The initiate by the door is staring at Glory's limbs, her eyes wide. She's a mousy little thing, probably somewhere in the vicinity of 17 years old, with purple contact lenses and a shock of blue hair. She glances up at Glory, blinking. You used to live here, didn't you? I've seen your picture before. Glory's expression remains neutral. Really? I think so. I didn't look at it long. It was in a room I wasn't supposed to be in, but I'm pretty sure it was you. It probably was. You're right, I did live here a long time ago. I was like you back then, a scared kid brought here by Marta for his chance at a new life. I like Marta, she's so nice. I always feel safe when I'm with her. Most adults aren't like that. They either don't notice you or they do it for the wrong reasons. But Marta, she cares about us. There's a long pause, and the initiate looks to you. Screwing up her courage, she speaks. Can I ask you a question? Go ahead. Ask away. Oh god, these poor kids! Well, I overheard Marta talking with Mr. Harrow yesterday. I think they were talking about our meeting with him, the one Marta was just telling us about, where we'll learn to see the world in a different way. Go on. Well, I couldn't really hear the whole conversation. It was all muffled, but what I could hear was kind of weird. Mr. Harrow said some stuff about a shrine, and then it sounded like he changed the subject because he started talking about dinner. Something about chopping up meat. Oh fuck, these kids are next. Well, Marta got real upset, said they're too new, they're not ready, make the older ones do it, stuff like that. But then Mr. Harrow said some other things and then she calmed down again. When she left, she was smiling. Oh, they're going to have to cut someone up. They're not going to be the food. That's almost worse. That's almost worse. And she's definitely being brainwashed, but we knew that. And so, I was just wondering, do you know what they were talking about? I want to make sure that Marta is okay, but I can't ask her about it because I don't want her to find out that I was eavesdropping. Sorry, I'm new here myself. Glory, do you have any ideas? That'd be any number of things. She turns to face the initiate. Her voice is gentle. I wouldn't worry about it, sweetie. We'll make sure that Marta is okay. Alright, but don't tell her I told you, please? Don't worry, we won't. The girl smiles sheepishly and steps back. As you pass by her on the way to the door, Glory shoots you a sidelong glance. I don't know for certain what Harrow has planned for these kids, but I do know one thing. Whatever it is, we aren't going to let it happen. Agreed. Alright, confrontation time. Marta is just on the other side of this door. However this goes, we're going to have to move quickly afterward. If she dies, Harrow will know it, and I don't trust her to keep her mouth shut if she lives. So we take the key to the shrine room, break through the ward, and confront the spirit. Are we clear on that? I want to check out some other things first. Alright, but we shouldn't take too much time. We need to get the key before Harrow returns. Let's check behind door number 3. A van. Glory pauses at the side of the van. She traces the side of it with a claw. I remember cruising the back alleys of Tübingen, looking for kids in need of help. The bait girls, Marta and the others like her, would offer them money or food or drugs or sex. Whatever it took them to get them into the van, and once they piled in, Harrow and I would be waiting to greet them. I remember so many nights like that. She frowns. I remember how much I used to enjoy it. And all that time, nobody ever caught you? Nobody ever seemed to care. These were street kids, remember? They didn't have money or influence or families. Nobody was out looking for them. To be honest, I don't know if anyone ever noticed they were gone. That's awful. So sorry. You hear voices speaking in low tones through the wood of the door. You can't make out the words, but regular choruses of rough laughter tell you that the people on the other side are enjoying themselves. Those voices belong to Harrow's acolytes. They'll have some magical training and they like hurting people. You open that door, we're going to have a fight on their hands. How do you know they're acolytes? Process of elimination. Initiates aren't allowed in that room. It's one of Harrow's rules. On the rare occasion that an initiate is invited in, he usually doesn't come out again. What happens in there? Her mouth tightens. It's a sort of lounge. For Harrow's inner circle, the acolytes and the bait girls and Harrow's wives. Marta and I used to spend a lot of time in there. We're going in. Be ready. Hey, kids. Ow. Ow again. That was really rude of you. And I don't appreciate it. So I'm going to shoot you, and also Glory is gonna come in at you like a truck. Watch out, here she comes. Okay, one miss. That did not miss and crit me. Okay, I'm gonna heal myself. And Glory is gonna go. You're asleep. You're about to be very hurt. Can you stop attacking me, please? Okay, Glory hit you. I don't know, that kind of sucked. Nice shot. Ooh, that hurt. Okay. You're awake now. But not for long. Ooh, can I use my shotgun better? 78%. Oh, yeah. Oh, 31 damage. Sick. Ping. Double crit. And should just be able to finish them off. Right here. Oh, come on! This is an 86% chance. There we go. There's something in there I want to see. Hanging against the wall, you'll find a grainy photograph that has been mounted to a wooden panel. The wood looks like it was recovered from a construction site. It's rough, splintery stuff, and there are a few nails jutting out of it at odd angles. The photo depicts a pair of teenage girls in ratty clothes posing against a forest backdrop. The two are entwined in a loving embrace. One is learning to leaning in to plant a kiss on the other's cheek. The other one is smiling. The smiling girl has a head of fire red hair. It takes a moment to realize what you're looking at. The red-haired girl is Glory. In the picture, she looks vibrant, happy, and alive. You don't recognize the other girl's face, but from what Glory has told you of her past, you'd guess it was probably Marta. Glory stares at the photo. Her face is devoid of expression. After a moment, she closes her eyes. This must be the picture the Initiate was talking about. Yeah, must be. Is the other girl in the picture Marta? Yeah, taken during the early days, shortly after I arrived here. Harrow was holding the camera. He told us how sweet we were, and how happy it was to have us here. She shakes her head. This place? These people? I'd loved them so, so much. What a goddamned fool I was. A glint of light catches something small and delicate hanging from one of the nails in the wood. Leaning in, you can see the object clearly, a thin ring made of braided silver wires. Glory, you know anything about this ring? Marta gave that to me on the day the photo was taken. She said she made it for me. I left it behind when I left this place behind. Maybe Marta still has feelings for you? Stranger things have happened. She stares at you. Haven't you been paying attention? Marta never cared about me. She was bait. It was her job to lure me here. Me and 100 other kids like me. The ring doesn't mean anything. Then why did she keep it? I don't know. She stares at the ring for a long moment, then snatches it from the picture frame. She tucks it away into her satchel. It was mine, so I'm taking it. Now let's keep moving. A dirty and torn shirt lies on the ground. The fabric is splattered with blood. Glory stares down at it, unblinking. An initiate must have worn that in here. It's way too small for an acolyte. Her voice is soft and sad. Maybe he did something to offend Harrow, or maybe a member of the inner circle is in the mood for sport. Doesn't matter either way. She looks away. The owner of this shirt doesn't need it anymore. Feel bad for whoever that was. One more door. You can hear a distant murmuring sound coming from the inside the room. Voices, 3, maybe 4 people, all talking amongst themselves. You can't make out what they're saying, but one of the voices sounds desperate. You've heard the tone before. It's the sound of a man pleading for his life. We should keep moving. Whatever's going on in there, we don't want to get involved. Getting involved is the entire reason why we came here. Yes, it is, but we're here to kill Harrow, not the people he's brainwashed. After we've taken down the shrine, the cultists in there will be hurt, disoriented. We can deal with them then, and hopefully save the poor bastard they're working on. What makes you think he'll still be alive? I was one of them, remember? You know how this works. Whatever they're doing to their victim in there, they're gonna take their time with it. He won't be in great shape by the time we get to him, but he'll probably still be alive. I'm not leaving without knowing what's going on in that room. You strain your ears to hear what the people in the other room are saying. As you focus, the sounds crystallize and become clear. You shouldn't have come here. The tools of government aren't welcome at Forestell. You hear a soft sound. You recognize it instantly, a blade being drawn from its sheath. We have a use for people like you. Please, think about this. I have kids at home, not much younger than you. The voice is low and full of dread. I'm not here to represent any government. I'm not a threat to you. I was only doing my job. You're wearing a uniform. That makes you a tool and a pawn, and our enemy. Harrow said so. I'm just a park ranger. I'm only here to do a wildlife survey. I didn't even know you people were out here. But now you do, and if you leave this place, others will find out. You brought this on yourself. No, please! The voice dissolved into a long, piercing scream. Sorry, Glory, we can't let this happen. Why do I keep getting crit? Oh my god, if I die from this. Jesus Christ! Oh, man. Can't believe I just died instantly. Love it. That's right. Hey, Glory. Why do I have this twice? Oh, I can use it twice. Interesting. And twist the knife. There we go. That's right, use your turn to heal. Okay, they're gone. Shoot them. Glory knocks him out. Shit, that was supposed to work. That was good damage. Okay, they're dead. Thank God. Killed me instantly. You step toward the park ranger. His eyes are wide and they move from you to Glory to the scene of carnage in the room. It takes a moment to realize that Glory isn't following you. You turn to find her standing in place, staring at the bodies of the slaughtered acolytes. Her expression is unreadable. It had to be done, Glory. They would have killed him. Back when I lived here, I would have too. She looks away. All that we've done is trade 2 innocent lives for one. Blame Harrow for that, not me. After a long pause, she nods. Yeah. The ranger staggers forward, then collapses to his knees. He's bleeding in a dozen places from long, shallow wounds. The blood pours from his body in sheets, pooling in a slick on the hardwood floor. I don't know who you are, but thank you. He grimaces and clasps a hand on his left forearm. Blood oozes between his fingers. Those monsters were going to bleed me out. They took turns cutting me, carved my arm up like a holiday roast. She kneels beside him to inspect the damage. I can fix this. He'll need a trip to the hospital, but I can get him on his feet. Glory goes to work binding the park ranger's wounds. Within a few minutes, she staunched the worst of the bleeding. Thank you. He struggles back to his feet. I think I can make it out of here on my own. My truck isn't far from here. This sounds very gross. This is a gross place. When you get to the hospital, the people are going to have questions. What are you going to tell them? He stares at Glory for a moment, and his eyes flit to you. What do you want me to say? Tell them whatever you like. By this time tomorrow, the place won't exist anymore. He nods. That's what you want. He limps a few steps forward, then looks back at Glory. I owe you my life, Fraulein. I owe you both. Glory steals another glance at the dead cultist. She looks back up at the ranger and gives him a curt nod. When they took me, they confiscated my gear. I saw them stash it behind a vent in the garage before they dragged me in here. I don't need it. It'll only slow me down. I'll take it, thanks. Glory stares at the old Trivid player. When she speaks, her voice is flat. It's unbelievable how little things have changed. I remember stealing this for Harrow. The owner, well, he didn't need it anymore. I remember how proud Harrow was. How loved I felt. He was using you, just like he uses everyone else. You said so yourself. Of course he was, but he couldn't have done it if I hadn't allowed myself to be used. She turns away from the Trivid player and stalks past you. Let's keep moving. Time to get some shit. And then get in a fight, I guess. Oh, another trauma kit and more med kit. Oh, thank you, game. You know exactly what I need. Open the door. Hello, Marta. Nice to finally meet you. The woman in this room is lovely. Full lips contrast artfully with her fine elvish figures. Features and a tumble of fire-red hair spills down over her shoulders. Beyond her physical beauty, there's something inherently approachable about her. She exudes an almost palpable aura of kindness and worth. Marta, Glory's old lover, the lure that Harrow used to draw her and so many others to Forestella. She looks up with the start of the sound of her approach. Her eyes go wide at the sight of Glory as she takes in her cyberware. Her mouth falls open in horror. Glory? Yes, Marta, it's me. Glory's voice is cold. It's been a long time. It has. Marta swallows. The horrified look hasn't left her face. Glory, what have you done to yourself? What I had to do. I got out, Marta. This was the only way. Oh, Glory. All at once, the horror on Marta's face is replaced with an expression of profound sorrow. I am so sorry. Marta steps forward, her arms extended to wrap Glory in a hug. All at once, something in Glory's face changes. Her skin goes from pale to pallid, and her breath becomes ragged. She takes a step back and raises her claws into a defensive posture. Her voice frosts over with cold rage. Don't you touch me. You're one of Harrow's creatures. You always were. Marta stops short. One of his creatures? Glory, what are you talking about? Keep your cool, Glory. This isn't... You know what she's talking about, Marta. You've ruined her life. Her jaw drops open in shock, and her cheeks blush red. Her father ruined her life years before we even met. I didn't do anything. If you'd just left me where you found me, I never would have hurt anybody. My mother would still be alive. I never would have sold my soul to that abomination that you all worship. I wouldn't have had to sacrifice my own body to escape from it. This place took everything from me, and it all started with you. She looks genuinely hurt. Harrow and I rescued you from a life on the street. A beautiful girl, homeless, penniless, living in a gutter. Pulled you away from all of that. I saved you. There's a long pause. Glory stares into Marta's eyes, her expression unreadable. I don't feel much anymore, Marta. Most of the time I'm completely numb. But for you, I can make an exception. I hate you. I'm sorry you still feel that way, Glory. For my part, I still love you. The razors flick out of Glory's fingertips. Her lip curls into a snarl. Another lie. The last one you'll ever tell. I think we should hear her out. Something strange is happening here. She nods eagerly, her eyes fixed on Glory's razors. I'll prove it to you. Ask me anything you want. I'll show you I'm telling the truth. I never wanted anything bad to happen to you, Glory. Not ever. She wheels to face you. Why are you listening to her? She's telling you what you want to hear. That's her whole purpose here, remember? She's bait. Why should we listen to anything she has to say? Because of this, and the photo it was nailed to. If she was lying, she wouldn't have kept them all these years. Glory stares at you for a moment, naked hostility on her face. Then the razors slide back into their housings with a click. Alright, Marta. Convince me. Convince you of what? That I'm not a monster? I don't know how to do that, Glory. You can start by telling me how you sleep at night. You know what happens to the kids you bring here. You know what happened to me, but you're still luring them here into Harrow's clutches all these years later. So tell me, how do you live with yourself? Explain it to me. For a moment, you can see the conflict behind Marta's eyes. If cognitive dissonance had a face, it would be hers. Confused, frightened, angry, at war with herself. For a moment, she struggles to speak. Then the whispering sensation you felt outside the compound comes back and her face changes. The muscles of her brow relax and she appears to be at peace. Why are you asking me this, Glory? You already know the answers. The kids are here. They aren't being hurt. They're walking the path to a free and pure life, just like Harrow taught us. The shrine is whispering to her, Glory. I can feel it too. She's blissed out on it, like you said. Marta continues, her joyful smile widening. Her voice is placid. Harrow is a great man. A prophet. Oh, he's a prophet now? Jeez. It's true, sacrifices have to be made, but what he brings in return, it's so much love, Glory. You remember. Glory grits her teeth, but gives you a small nod. Yeah, you're right. After so many years living here, I don't know if she even knows what normal feels like anymore. She steps forward and grabs Marta by the shoulders. It's a curiously soft gesture. Marta, if what you're saying is true, if you ever really did care for me, then please, give me your key. It's important. She blinks. Key? Whatever you use to get past the wards outside of Harrow's shrine. I need it. Don't ask me why. Just do this for me. You owe me that much. She looks momentarily conflicted. Then the moment passes. No. Harrow said I had to guard this. He told me I could never take it off. I can't question one of Harrow's orders. It would be wrong. What if I could convince you it wouldn't be wrong to question him? She blinks. Then that thing that you saw behind her eyes locks down again, and the flicker of unease on her face is replaced by an easy smile. You're welcome to try, but I promise you'll walk away from this apologizing for how wrong you were. Harrow is a great man. Fuerstella is a good place. Stay here for a while and you'll learn that for yourself. She crosses her eyes over her chest. Go ahead, ask your questions. We have nothing to hide. I read Harrow's manifesto. It looks like he spends a lot of time talking about charity. She nods eagerly. Yes, of course, charity. The kind I practice when I rescue young people from the streets. But then, in his rules of living, he says that all free thinkers are supposed to be selfish. Well, yes, but... And after that, he says only the strong deserve to prosper, so... Which is it? Marta blinks. She looks momentarily confused, and then you see the conviction clamp back down behind her eyes. You just don't understand the beauty of his message. The truth behind it. Harrow is evil. You get that, right? I mean, he worships the devil. What else do you need? The smile dies on Marta's face. I don't know what Glory told you, but the adversary isn't the devil. Calling him that, reducing him to a cartoonish embodiment of evil, is an insult. The adversary that I revere is the personification of rebellion, conflict, and change, of anarchy. The fact that you live in Berlin but hold the adversary in contempt proves one of two things. Either you're ignorant or you're a hypocrite. From what I've seen here tonight, Glory was right on the mark when she said that the adversary was evil. If anyone here is ignorant, it's you. Her lips curl into a sneer. Harrow warned us about this kind of backward thinking, but I wasn't expecting to hear it from you. I'd always assumed that you Shadowrunners were savvy enough to know that good and evil don't exist. 9 times out of 10, I'd agree with you, but Marta, the adversary is a special case. Somewhere deep down, you must know that. Marta sighs and her voice takes on a condescending tone. I don't have to believe anything you tell me. You don't get to dictate my spiritual beliefs. The fact that you're even trying is sad, Glory. I expected more from you. I'm done with this. If you want to go on slandering the idol I serve, do it somewhere else. As for you, you can either change the subject or get ready for a fight. I won't hear any more of your blasphemy. Glory said you spent a lot of time in the lounge back when she lived here. What did you do there? She shrugs. The usual. Drink, play games, have sex, watch the tread. The sort of things that lovers usually do in their free time? Why do you ask? Because we found a tattered, blood-stained shirt in there. It looked like it came from an initiate. Marta blinks. She looks momentarily confused, and then you see the conviction clamp back down behind her eyes. So you found a shirt. So what? There could be hundreds of explanations for that. You know the kinds of things that happen in that room, Marta. You've heard the stories. We both did. She shakes her head. I've never seen an initiate harmed in that room. Not once. And as for the rumors, well, they're just that. Rumors. I'm sure of it. Harrow is hurting the runaways you bring here. You can see that, can't you? Her smile shifts into an expression of mock concern. Hurting? How so? He is going to make the initiates, the young initiates, like the girl in the next room, do something horrible. Her smile slowly fades. That girl, such a sweet young thing. I rescued her from a bad place, Glory. Her and the boys in that dorm as well. But they're all safe now. Isn't that what's important? Are they? You know what I'm talking about, Marta. The harvesting, the meat. The confusion washes over her face again. She begins blinking agitatedly and fidgeting. Then that unseen force clamps down again and she seems to calm. It's regrettable, but it happens for a good reason. The sacrifices keep us safe here, and safety is something that a lot of these kids have never known. The initiates have to learn how things are done here. Harrow told us so. That's what it all boils down to, doesn't it? It has to be this way because he says it does. He's a great man. He would never hurt us, whatever you say. You're taking everything out of context. You don't understand. When Glory lived here, he had her kill a man for his Trivid player. How can that be right? Marta's forced smile falls. Her brow furrows and suddenly she looks afraid. That was a long time ago, and that man, Harrow said he had to die, but I don't remember why. There was no reason, Marta. None that matters. I should know. I'm the one who killed him. She remains silent for a time before replying. Say whatever else you wanted to say. Give us the amulet, Marta. It's the right thing to do. You feel the whispering again. Marta shakes her head to clear away the fog. You're right. Something strange is going on here. Things don't add up. I don't know why I'd never seen it before. What's wrong with me? It isn't you. It's this place. It gets into your head. It took a lot more than this to wake me up from it. So you'll give us the amulet? No, I can't take it off against Harrow's wishes. He told me never to take it off, and I won't. But I will come with you. If I can save these kids from what's happening here, that's what I have to do. Do I tell her we're here to kill him? That's what we're here for. In that case, let's move on to the shrine room. I'll get you through the door. I won't let any more children come to harm. Can I talk to Glory about this? No? Marta, are these friends of yours? Yes, dear heart, they are. We all need to have a big word with Harrow now. You get to bed. You have a big day tomorrow. Yeah. This cult's fucked up all the way. Like, all the way. And it's been fucked up for years. And it ends now. As you step forward, the scintillating red light that streams from the doorway flickers and dies. There's a strange lurching sensation in your gut, but it clears almost instantly. The door swings open with a touch. That seems to have done it. Oh boy, can't wait to look at something made of rock and bone that gets fed spoiled human meat. Glory nods and reaches into her satchel. Her hand comes back out, clutching a small jar. I'm going to put a smear of this on your forehead. It's a sort of alchemical balm. Her voice goes quiet. Harrow taught me how to make it. She unscrews the cap from the jar, revealing a pale white ointment. The surface glitters strangely in the dim light. If you ever wondered where my share of the take from her jobs have gone, this is the answer. Powdered orichalcum isn't cheap. What does that ointment do? The boundaries between the material world and the astral plane are weak in this place. Things can bleed through. The balm is like a lens. It focuses your perceptions, makes the haze real. Marta cuts in. Her voice is full of wonder. It lets you commune with his servitors, the emissaries of our great master, the adversary. She applies a smear of ointment to her forehead. It looks like a glob of glittering white face paint. Not the way I would put it, but yes, with this we can deal with the spirit on its own level. I've only done this with Harrow before. He warned me never to try it without him. She shivers. There are strange things in this place we're about to visit. Whatever's waiting for us, we can handle it. She dips her finger back into the balm and traces it down your forehead. The ointment feels cool and oily on your skin. I know. She fishes in her bag a second time and pulls out a pair of silver necklaces. A rune-inscribed pendant dangles from each. This will protect your astral self from spiritual possession. Don't take it off while we're dealing with the shrine, whatever you do. Put on the pendant. Got it. What about Marta? She touches her finger to the amulet that hangs around her neck. I'll be fine. This works just as well. Glory puts her on her own pendant. The necklace glitters slightly against her pale skin. I don't know what's going to happen when you step into that room, Nephrite. We're playing with forces outside our control. Are you ready to do this? Ready as I'll ever be. Marta smiles. Her eyes glitter with anticipation. I'm ready. Alright, when we engage the spirit, Harrow will come rushing back here, and when we kill it, he'll be crippled. Then we kill him. Her gaze shifts to Marta and her lips curl into a smile. Sorry about misleading you before. I was just telling you what you wanted to hear, but you're no stranger to that, are you? Marta's eyes go wide. What? You said this was about the children. You said Harrow would live. I lied. After all the lies you've told me, I think it's only fair. We can't let Harrow get away, Marta. Not after what we've seen here tonight. We have to kill him. Something changes in Marta's face. It twists, becomes ugly. You're both liars. You're both monsters. I won't let you do this. Whoops. Sorry about this. Good night. Glory stands staring at the red ruin of Marta's body. Her eyes flick down to her claws, and an expression of glowing horror creeps across her face. You okay, Glory? It takes Alair a long time to respond. Her voice is choked with long dormant emotion. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I had to do it. She snarls out an answer. Her face has flushed red. Yes, I know. She was just as bad as Harrow. Killing her was the right thing to do. To your astonishment, you see that her eyes are welling with tears. Glory. All at once, the blood drains from her cheeks. She wipes the water from her eyes with a cold metal hand. Save the consolation speech, I'm over it. Her voice is frigid, dead. She nods in the direction of the shrine room door. We got what we came here for. Let's go finish this. I don't wanna... Do I have an autosave? I should have saved. Fuck. Ugh. Yeah, she's dead. I don't want to do that over, though, now. Ugh. I should have saved. No, I want to help her. That's too mean to Glory. I think I screwed up. I didn't save because I forgot. And I forgot something already and remembered it, so my brain did not remember to remember the other thing. I'm dumb. Ugh. I sped ran too fast. Okay. One more time. I'm gonna save before I go in the door. I think I also fucked something up that, I don't know. We'll see. I will save before I go in. I went too fast. I don't know, this mission's kind of fun. Please don't kill me. Well, that was close, I guess. Ugh. Ow. I went too fast. I'm sad that I went too fast. could have done better. Claws. Out. Oh, they have pinball. We should steal the pinball machine. No, we shouldn't. That's probably an evil pinball machine. Please die. No? Can I ping you? Okay, no. Well, you'll die to the bleed anyway. Mark you. Excuse me, I said I'm marking you. Alright, Glory. Take care of him. I love doing the same mission 3 times in a row. Is pinball machine something the FBC needs to keep? It's probably just evil. I don't think it's cursed. It's not gonna stand any longer. He runs, he tells me about his stash. I need to learn what saving is in this game. I kind of wish it would autosave more often, though. I'm not used to that. I'm used to XCOM autosaving, which is more often. Or you can, like, go back turns by a few. Oh god, there's so fucking much of this stupid book. Please miss me. Nope, that was a lot of damage. Ow. Get that adrenaline flowing. And go get him. There we go. What the hell is that? Look at the fridge. Okay. Got a med kit, because I need more medicine, because all I do is get shot. Listen up the door. I'll save after this. I'm not saving yet, but soon. I still have another fight to do. I want to save after that fight. I'm gonna get shot again. Pew! Pew! Oh my god. They're so mean to me. Get the adrenaline flowing. And can I hit any of them with anything? No. I'll just get in there. Scare them. That puts them in a bad position. A point-blank position, if you will. Watch out! There's a woman made of metal running at you. Ah, much better. Ooh, that hurt a lot. Oh, come on. They're right next to you. You're dead. You're dead. And you are oh so very dead. Can you aim, please? There we go. Look at this. Get the ring. And then I'll save. Maybe she still has feelings for you. She takes the ring. I'll go up to the door, and then I'll save. Come on, game. Wait, it just said game saved. Okay. Well... The initiate closest to the door, whips his head up to look at you. He takes a stutter step. Oh, wait, I read this one. God, sorry, my brain is so bad today. Tell her I'm new here and tell Glory to help. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna look very carefully. Because I don't want to be too mean. You ruined her life. think we should hear her out. Show her the ring. Shrine is whispering to her. What if I can convince you? It wouldn't be wrong to question him. He's hurting the runaways. Glory had to kill someone for the video player. Gonna make the girl harvest the meat. I've read his manifesto. Talk about all the rules. Now they're all... Glory spent a lot of time here. I hope that's enough. We're here to save the kids. Okay, let's go to the shrine room. Now I save again. Okay. We did it. It only took like 20 minutes. Hey, kiddo. I mean, at this point I should be okay. It was just that I got to that point and then said something wrong, I think. And she wouldn't come with us. What does the ointment do? We can handle it. She'll be okay. I'm ready as I'll ever be. I think we need to change our plans. The cultists here, they're just a bunch of poor brainwashed kids. After everything I've seen tonight, I can't justify putting their lives at risk. Glory stares at you. But, Harrow, we can worry about him later. Marta, calm down. Calm down. Nobody is dying here tonight. Marta takes a deep breath and slowly releases it. Alright, I'm going to trust you, outsider. Please don't betray that trust. Glory, I'm sorry. She's not gonna be happy. I know. I'm sorry I made you feel so terrible. You needed to lash out. It's my fault and I accept that. She sounds hurt and confused. I just want to make things right. Glory turns to you, a conflicted expression on her face. Are you sure you want to do this? Yeah. If we sacrifice these people because we're afraid of what might happen, we're no better than Harrow is. Glory takes a deep breath, releases it. Finally, she gives you a slow nod. I didn't want to admit it to myself. But I agree with you. I'm here to make amends for my misdeeds. I can't do that by committing another. Let's put an end to all of this. We heal the spirit and then the cultists. We shut this place down. Harrow lives. That's the plan. Let's do it. Let's. Well... No. Oh my fucking god. As you approach the shrine, a chorus of high, sibilant voices fills the air. The sound is light and airy, but something about it fills you with a bone-deep dread. Welcome home, Glory. Glory's eyes go wide. She opens her mouth to speak, but no sound escapes her. Glory, what? Something slams into you, a wave of intangible force that turns your consciousness inside out and sends shockwaves reverberating through your mind. The world lurches and everything goes black. Oh god. That was a screen shake. Slowly, you begin to stir. Murky, flickering impressions invade the oily stillness of your unconscious mind. The sensations come in waves, washing up over you and jerking you back towards consciousness. You smell acrid smoke and burning meat. The roar of distant flames whispers in your ears. When your eyes flutter open, a dull red glare fills your vision. As you attempt to struggle to your feet, you become dimly aware that the gravity here feels wrong. Everything is heavier than it should be. Slowly, the waves grow still and your senses calm. You find yourself staring out into an infinite horizon. The blasted ruins of Forestella stretch out in all directions as far as the eye can see. Holy shit. Warily, she surveys your surroundings. I'd say that's an understatement. Where the hell are we? I can't say for certain, but there's one thing I am sure of. Whatever this place is, the adversary holds sway here. Marta stares into the abyss, her mouth agape. This isn't right. This place, it doesn't normally look like this. When I came here with Harrow, it was all green fields and marble hills. Her voice goes quiet. It was so beautiful last time. It was a lie, Marta. What we're seeing now, this is the truth. Your truth, maybe. Her voice goes quiet. What I saw was real. So this place, whatever it is where we're going to find the spirit, right? Yeah, it'll be here somewhere. Marta nods eagerly. You're right, I've seen it. In the heart of this place, that's where we'll find it. Jesus. This is fucked up. I guess this is hell, though. Hey, what's that? Oh. Oh! What is that? Mauler, Seeker. Cool, these are both proper nouns that I definitely know what they are. Let's get behind these huge flaming crystals. I'm sure that's safe. What do you do? Acid bolt, lightning bolt, mana ball, and you have a fire totem. Cool. Let's go behind this giant candle. That's right, go for glory. No. Ooh. Ouch. Oh, that didn't do a lot of damage. Okay, she has a lot of HP. Is this an AoE? It is. Let's mark you. And then, pow! I will shoot you. And I need to shred your armor. Well, that didn't really work as well as I wanted it to. Go to sleep. Oh, it heals a little. That's fun. Can you go down, please? Oh, I can heal myself. Or she can heal herself. And I can zap you. Ow. Jerk. There we go. Good fight. Lots of dead animal shit all over. Great. Pump up the adrenal glands. Rev up those fryers. Oh, annoying that that missed. %. 55. Yeah, okay. What did you just attack? Oh, you missed. I forgot magic can miss like that. Oh, hello! I don't think this will get both of them, actually. You're down. Seven HP. There you go. I'm gonna mark you. I cast Magic Missile. Oh, hey, it worked. Nice. Ow. That was a big hit. Can you heal Glory, please? Magic being able to heal the last hit is really useful sometimes, and really not useful sometimes. Yeah, that should take it out. With the bleed. Yeah. Stab. From hell's heart, I stab at thee. Ugh. Well, that looks like what we're looking for, doesn't it? Everything is on fire. Oh, fuck! The thing hovering before you is hideous. Its broad chest is jacketed in scale like patches of burning coal, and its many sets of antlers shimmer with heat. It smells like a barn fire, wood smoke, burning fur, and blackening bodies. At the sight of it, Marta falls to her knees. Tears stream down her cheeks, and she stares up at the spirit in whimpering supplication. Marta, we welcome you back to our domain, child. It speaks in a chorus of clear, lilting voices. You don't hear them so much as feel them. The sensation is strange, like hundreds of butterflies fluttering in your chest. You will remain silent until you are addressed. Do you understand? She nods mutely and claps her hands to her chest. Ragged breaths heave out of her. She looks like a woman possessed. Good. The fluttering feeling swells and you feel your knees go weak. Marta sobs with joy. Glory, welcome, child. What a pleasure it is to see you again. Glory steps forward, trepidation on her face. Standing before the towering form of the spirit, she looks frail and small. She takes a deep breath, steels herself, and speaks. I know what you were, spirit. Before the adversaries twisted you, before Harrow bound you into this rock. She drops a hand to the satchel at her side. I can help you be that again. All you need to do is let me. The spirit chuckles, a strange warbling sound that sends a shiver down your spine. We are not in need of help. We are just our great master's servant, just as Harrow is, just as you are, despite your misguided attempt to cut away his love from your heart. The voices in your head soften, become sad. The fluttering in your chest turns ugly like the buzzing wings of a swarm of blowflies. You have mangled yourself beyond repair, and you did it despite him, he who is your greatest benefactor. You betrayed him, child, but he loves you all the same. Don't listen to this thing, Glory. Slowly, terribly, the spirit begins to turn. You can hear the crack and pop of splintering vertebrae as its enormous head shifts on its shoulders. It fixes its cavernous gaze on you. Your friend, this outsider, speaks out of turn, but we take no offense. Her words are like the babble of a newborn babe. She is ignorant of the truth. The spirit inclines its head towards you. If the noise continues, we will teach her, and the babble will cease. Glory shoots you a sidelong glance. She mouths out a word. Don't. I have a message for you from our great master. He has a gift for you, a peace offering, one that he offers freely, a sign of his continued affection for you. He knows that you desire his servant's destruction. As a symbol of his love, he will grant you the power to bring an end to Harrow. He knows that you wish to free the children of Fuerastella. As a sign of his compassion, he will help you set them free, and you can have everything that you want, child, all this and more. That's a nice pitch, Spirit, but you neglected to mention the price. The spirit leans towards her, clasping its hands. This will cost you nothing. A simple gesture, a trifle, a show of good faith. If you demonstrate your love for him, he will reward you beyond your wildest dreams. Remove the protective ward from your neck, and his gift is yours for the taking. Yours forevermore. Glory cranes her neck to look up at the reeking, cadaverous thing that looms over her. I had my own limbs hacked off to get away from the adversary. I paid someone to do it. That's how badly I wanted to be free of your great master. Your offer is as pathetic as it was predictable. To be frank, I'm disappointed in you. The barnfire stench of the spirit thickens, and its antlers glow white. The heat radiating from the thing is like an oven, a kiln, a blast furnace. If you rebuke our great master a second time, I will chew what's left of you to mulch. The marrow from your bones will nourish the garden. I promise you this, child. I promise it. I have a better idea. She dips a hand into her satchel and produces a ceremonial dagger. The blade shimmers eerily in the light. We're going to purify you, spirit, and after we finish, you'll help us rescue those kids. The spirit cackles. Very well, child. If pain is what you seek, we will bring it to you. Beneath its leathery skin, the thing's bones begin to shift, straining against the ligaments and tendons that bind them. A hideous cracking sound fills the air as the skeleton splinters and pops. As you watch, the spirit's body begins to rupture. Great lesions open up in the creature's chest and back, and its ribcage cracks from some horrible internal pressure. The spirit's chest heaves, and a foul liquid pours from the rips in its flesh. A flash of light stabs your eyes, and when your vision clears, you find 3 identical spirits floating before you. Death comes in many forms, child. The fluttering sensation in your chest grows into a rasping pain that steals the breath from your lungs. It feels like you're being eaten alive. Yours will be swift and brutal. Please let me move first. Okay, thank you. I need cover badly. Alright, Glory. Let's do this. Let's get revenge? Is that what's happening here? Oh, that missing is not a good thing. It's also very big. Huh? Oh, they're illusions. A figure materializes out of the shadow. The form is wispy and insubstantial, a projection of a man distorted by distance. His silhouette ripples like a flag in the wind. Through the haze, you can see his face. He's more beautiful than handsome, with sculpted features and a naturally youthful complexion. His expression is sad. Harrow. Glory. The voice is deep but faint and marred by echoes. It sounds as if he's shouting from a far end of a long tunnel. You shouldn't have come here. I was content to let you live out your life in peace. I've come to put an end to this place, Harrow. This place and your pathetic, sickening cult. I read that last word wrong. And almost said that. Thought that L was an N. And you, Marta? He turns his head to stare at her, a sad smile on his face. I've given you everything. Will you repay my love with betrayal? As she tries to respond, her voice catches in her throat. I'm with Glory, Harrow. I would never hurt you, but this has to end tonight. The projection of Harrow sighs. Betrayal it is. Then, very well. The air all around him begins to pulse with scintillating bursts of color. His rippling, transparent form glows with heat from within. You've brought this upon yourselves. He's really just behind me? Okay. Which one's the real one? Oh. Okay, this one's real. Unless I only have to... Oh god! That's so many of them. Blocked a crit. Can you stop missing, please? It's really annoying, actually. Okay, that's an illusion. And she won't hurt Harrow. Deflect incoming damage minus 15. Okay, it brings them back every turn. Got it. Oh, he's buffing it. I see. Glory can deal with this, at least. This is a little annoying. There we go. That only does 3 HP. Okay. Oh, good. Now we don't know which one the real one is anymore. Please stop doing damage to her. She's very important to Glory here. This guy. Oh my god. Okay, that was the real one. At least it has to use turns summoning them back, I think. Not actually sure, but I think. Oh my god, it's healing them. Oh, okay. Wait, I know which one's right. I think? It's this one, right? Oh, come on. Ugh. At least I can shoot him. Okay, this is the real one. There we go. This is a boss fight for sure. Okay, I'm just not doing any damage. That's not good. Or useful. Oh! Now he's gone. Oh, come on! I can't hit it. This sucks. Get away. There we go. Now that's damage. Oh god, that was a lot of damage. I have to pick her back up. Annoying. Well, I have gold ones for a reason. Oh, hi! At least she's okay. I'm going back over here and reloading. Get rid of that. Get rid of you. Nice. And one more shot. Nice hit! Good job. Please hit. Oh, thank God. Oh, the armor breaking is so important. Nice! Weakened, the spirit's form flickers and sparks. The burning coals that cling to its body fall off in clumps, and its searing antlers begin to cool. The chorus of lilting voices warbles and shrieks as its body transmogrifies into something else. Though through the haze you can see Harrow's eyes go wide, at once his rippling silhouette begins to fade back into the shadows whence it came. His body becomes insubstantial. Go ahead and run, you fucking coward. Run back to the real world and whatever hole you crawled out of, we'll catch you. Shadows in the shape of a man smile back at you. The distance in his voice has increased. It sounds like he's shouting from miles away. I don't think so. You don't even know where the real me is, Glory. Oh, don't worry. We'll find you. We're good at that sort of thing. The projection flashes you a condescending grin. I mean, I was like, he flashes me? Why? I should finish the sentence, Lily. Come on. Believe what you like, fool. It won't do you any good. Years from now, I'll still be doing what I do, and you will have accomplished nothing. We have stopped you for now. The kids you've lured here are going someplace safe. That isn't nothing, Harrow. It's everything. The projection chuckles. The sound is thin and hollow. You know better than that, but nothing makes me happier than the sound of you lying to yourself. Goodbye, Glory. The shadow slowly dissipates, and Harrow is gone. Run, coward. Run far, far away. We'll find you. Glory continues staring for a long moment at the spot where the projection of Harrow vanished. Her expression is unreadable. Slowly, she turns away. The spirit's writhing form continues its transformation. Twisted claws buckle, break, and reform. Charred bone begins to heal. The barnfire stench of it slowly dies away, replaced with an array of more pleasant smells. Oak and pine and mineral oil, rustic feasts and mulled wine. As it cools, the spirit raises its head. Its body is as shaky as a newborn foal's. What? What happened to us? What have we done? What have you done? Terrible things, Spirit. Loathsome, unforgivable things. You have corrupted children, turned them into killers. You've been party to the violence, torture, and the desecration of corpses. You've created monsters. The spirit cringes, shaking its gray head from side to side. It doesn't speak, but a low rumbling sound emanates from somewhere deep in its chest. Unpleasant to think about, isn't it? But you have to, Spirit. You can't run from what you've done. Your actions are a part of you, whether you like it or not. The rumbling sound turns into a tormented howl. The noise conjures images of mourning mothers and caged animals, screeching orphans and dying men. It is a sound of pure, unmitigated despair. Glory takes a step toward the giant creature. Listen to me, Spirit. I need your help. We're here to rescue the cultists of Fuerestel. The street kids whose minds you touched. We're getting them out of here before the adversary can do to them what it did to you. The spirit stares at Glory for a long moment. Finally, it dips its head in a nod. Yes, we will help you. Good. Now get out of those kids' minds. We have already done so. The cultists of Fuerestel are themselves again. The spirit bows its head. We wish to do more. We have much to atone for, as you said. Go ahead. Won't stop you. No, but the stone will. We are still bound to the shrine, anchored here. We can do nothing without your help. Tell us what you need to do. What you need us to do. We need an appropriate vessel to carry us out of the rock. Something touched by magic but more dead than alive. It dips its head. Do you have anything that can help us? Touched by magic but more dead than alive. Sounds like someone we know. Gingerly, she reaches up and wraps a hand around the protective ward that hangs around her neck. Yes, I think I do. Go ahead. If this thing wants to help us, I don't see why you shouldn't. With a single motion, she snaps the chain. The pendant falls to the floor. The heart of Fuera Stella lowers its eyeless head, then traces an elaborate gesture into the air. A warm glow envelops it, and a similar glow spills from Glory. There's a bright flash, and the spirit is gone. Glory, are you okay? Slowly she rises. She looks you in the eye, a quizzical expression on her face. I can feel it. The spirit. It's bound to me now. So, what does that mean for us? Can the spirit help us like it said? See for yourself. She raises an arm and you feel a burst of warmth and comfort in your chest. It wants to help people, to heal them. It wants redemption just like I do. Together, maybe we'll find it. Oh, that's so sweet. Behind your eyes, your vision starts to twist. It feels as though you're being turned inside out. Time to go. With the spirit's link to the adversary severed, the entire reality is falling apart. See you in the real world, Glory. Yeah. She offers you a grateful smile. I'll see you there. Inception. Reaper noise. Slowly, you swim back to consciousness. Struggling to your feet, you find Glory already standing and alert. I can feel them. The spirits set them free, but they're trapped somewhere here in the complex. The initiates, you mean? Yes, and others. She surveys the room, a worried expression on her face. We need to find them and get out of here. The connection between this compound and wherever we were is breaking down. As the place disintegrates, more and more things are spilling through. Say no more. We're getting out of here. Not without the cultists, but yes. She strides towards the door. Let's get moving. What a horrible room. Okay, can't go that way. Oh, wait, I should look in the ruins. Okay, no one's here. Save? I think I'm okay, but I'll save anyway. Oh god. Oh, okay, you made it. As you kick the door open and stumble forward into the room, you find yourself surrounded by a sea of teenage faces. Initiates, all huddled together and trembling. With the spirit's influence cleared from their minds, they look frightened and lost, like kids who have their security blankets torn away. Gloria steps forward. When she speaks, her voice is gentle. Come on, all of you. We're taking you to safety, someplace far away from here. A scrawny teenager in a ratty coat stares at Glory's crone, his mouth hanging slack. His voice cracks when he speaks. What happened to you? Your arms. Something that you'll never need to worry about. Come on, let's get the hell out of here. Marta cradles her head in her hands. Yes, let's. You thread your way through the trees of the Schonbrook forest, tracing your way back to the thicket where you and Glory hit the van. The inferno that consumed Fuera Stella is spreading, and the conflagrations cast the forest around you in a sinister orange light. The heat at your back is intense, unbearable. Far ahead, Glory blazes a trail for you to follow, shredding the foliage in her path. Marta shepherds the shell-shocked initiates Oh, I'm behind you, doing what she can to keep them calm and moving. The fire is moving fast, but you're faster. You put the vehicle into gear and punch the accelerator. The burning ruin of Stella recedes into the distance, a glowing speck in the rearview mirror. The peace and safety of the Cruz Bazaar lies ahead. Oh my god. That was a mission. Alright, we're back home. I'm glad I restarted it too. I'd rather save a bunch of people than kill one person. And we will find him. I'm sure of it. Glory. Glory stand, and I will kill him. Glory stands, an introspective look on her face. At the sound of your approach, she turns to face you. She nods at you. Thank you for your help at Stella. I couldn't have done it without you. Speaking of which, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. After the things we saw in there, I'm not surprised. Go ahead, Nephrite. I'm listening. What did you wind up doing with the cultists we rescued? Did you send them to Samuel? No, he has enough to worry about keeping the people of the Cruz Bazaar safe. Those kids we rescued, they've been damaged by Harrow's philosophies. They can get better, but it's going to take time. Trying to integrate them into our society too quickly would be dangerous. So, where did they go? I took them to the Talismonger, Algernon. He said that he knew a place where they could get help. It won't be easy for them or quick, but they'll get better in time. Harrow got away, just like you said he would. She frowns. Yes, and he's already putting distance between himself and the Schönbrook forest. How do you want to go about tracking him? Finding Harrow is going to be a full-time job. I can't track him down while we still have a great dragon hanging over our heads. After we've dealt with Valclair and the Firewing, I'll devote myself wholeheartedly to finding that bastard and finishing this. But for now, we need to keep our eyes on the road ahead. How are things going between you and Murda? She smiles sadly. They aren't. I'm glad she's still alive. In time, she'll heal. But she has a lot of unwanted baggage to deal with. A lot of psychological trauma from the time that she spent with Harrow. She still worshipped him, you know. It was all I could do to keep her from running off after him. So, where is she? Somewhere in the Cruz Bazaar? No, I offered, but she wouldn't come. She still thinks of cities as places that she needs to save people from. I don't know where she's going to wind up. I don't even think that she does. But when she gets there, she'll reach out to me. That much she promised. She looks away. Let's talk about something else, Nephrite. I'd rather not dwell on this if I don't have to. Thank you for taking the time to talk. Anytime, Nephrite, and thanks again. I mean that. Alright. Let's post some pay data. No new messages. Post pay data for sale. Bribe records are up. Claim payment for the farmer cleanup job. You submit the job is finished and await your client's response. A few moments later, a message pops onto the screen. Herr Fuchs, to Nephrite. An excellent job, Nephrite. You're a credit to your profession and would not hesitate to hire you again. Your fee will be transferred to your account immediately. Fuchs. A moment later, a second message pops into your inbox. Your payment details. Payment for client, 15,000 yen. Deductions for crew salary, 4,000. Ammunition resupply cost, 1,000. Automatic deduction for Alice funds, 7,500. Remainder sent to my account, 2,500. That was very well paying. And it looks like I only have the last loyalty mission left. Oh, do I have points? I only have 4. No, I need 5. Or 6? I can't remember. I think I need 6. I probably shouldn't do another mission. How much money do I have? Do you have new programs? No new programs. Okay. Oh, I do want another one of these, though. It was very nice. Okay, I think that's gonna be it for me.